Hello friends, again I am here with my new video based on the topic salts. Today's topic is salts. So let us see. First of all, you can see the definition of salt. Already the definition of salt is given and the topic neutralization reaction. So again you see here definition of salt. A salt is a compound formed by the reaction of an acid with a base in which the hydrogen of the acid is replaced by the metal. A salt is a compound formed by the reaction of an acid with a base in which the hydrogen of the acid is replaced by the metal. If you are feeling this definition is very hard to remember and learn, then for you one easy definition is also there. That is the salt is a neutral ionic compound that can be formed by the neutralization reaction of an acid and a base. Simply you can understand that always salt is a product of neutralization reaction. Means when an acid reacts with a base, then product form is salt and water. Here you can see the example. When an acid reacts with a base, product form is salt and water. For example, here acid is taken HCl hydrochloric acid with a base NaOH. Product form is NaCl, that is salt, also known as common salt or table salt, plus H2O, that is a water. Now we are going to classify salts. Actually, salts can be classified in different ways, but here, first of all, I am giving you classification of salt on the basis of pH value of the salt. That is, salts can be classified in three groups on the basis of its pH value. That is, first one is a neutral salt. That is, you can say normal salt also. A neutral salt. Second one is acidic salt. Third one is basic salt. So now on the basis of nature of acid and base from which the salt is formed, salts can be divided into following categories. So first category is what? First one is neutral salt. So let us see what is neutral salt. Salt of strong acid and a strong base when dissolved in water form a neutral solution that have a pH value of 7 at 298 Kelvin. These are called neutral salts. So first condition is what? A salt must be formed between the reaction between this strong acid and a strong base. Why strong acid and strong base? Therefore, they both can neutralize each other completely. If the acid is strong and base is strong, then what happens? They both have equal number of H plus and OH minus ions, and therefore the salt can be formed with the pH 7. And when you dissolve this type of salts to make a solution, aqueous solution, then always you will find that the solution is neutral because it show pH value of 7 but at 298 Kelvin. For example, NaCl, very common, most common salt. This is also called common salt, table salt, which is used by us in our kitchen to make our food materials tasty as a flavoring agent. So second one is acidic salt. By the name it is very clear that acidic salt means it has acidic nature. These are the salts of strong acid and a weak base. When dissolved in water, form an acidic solution having pH value less than 7. So when a strong acid reacts with a weak base, then what happens? Strong acid having more H plus ions and weak base having less OH minus ion. Therefore, all the OH minus ions of a base cannot be neutralized. All the H plus ions of the acid cannot be neutralized by available number of OH minus ions. Therefore, what happens? H plus ions means acidity of an acid remains in the salt. Therefore, salt show pH value less than 7. When you dissolve this salt in water, then the solution will show acidic nature with pH less than 7. So, salts of strong acid and weak bases are called acidic salt. They are found by polybasic acids. This is very important point. These acidic salts are formed by polybasic acids, and polybasic acids are what? Acids in which number of hydrogen ions are more than one. If the number of hydrogen ions are more than one, then the salt in this acid is called polybasic acid. Already it is explained to you. So when a polybasic acid react with a monoacidic base, then what happen? These polybasic acids are having more number of H plus ions, which cannot be neutralized completely with a base, and therefore the acid for this salt formed is acidic salt. Let us see with example. Try to understand. This H2SO4 is a polybasic acid. Why? Because it has two hydrogen atoms. Due to these two hydrogen atoms, when it reacts with NaOH, here in NaOH only one OH is present. So when H2SO4 react with NaOH, then what happens? Product form is NaHSO4. You can see in this NaHSO4 there is one hydrogen atom remains here. Therefore, the presence of this one hydrogen atom, it is a acidic salt. But when this react again with NaOH, NaHSO4 plus NaOH, then here it completely neutralizes and forms a neutral salt. So NaHSO4 is an acidic salt. Second one, you can see this NH4, this HCl is a strong acid. With the second definition, HCl is a strong acid and NH4OH is a weak base. When HCl react with NH4OH, then product form is NH4Cl. This NH4Cl is an acidic salt and this is water. HCl plus NH4OH, NH4Cl plus H2O. This NH4OH is also called ammonium hydroxide and NH4Cl is called ammonium chloride. So, what is conclusion of this definition? That a salt that contain replaceable hydrogen atom, a salt that contain replaceable hydrogen atom is called an acidic salt. Means a salt from which all the hydrogen atoms are not replaced. Means again remain one or more than one hydrogen atoms are there which can be replaced further are called acidic salts. Now, next one is third one is basic salt. Basic salt, by the name it is very clear that basic salt means it has basic nature. It means pH value is more than 7, very clear to you. So, a salt which has more than 7 pH value at 298 Kelvin are called basic salts. Simple definition is what? They are also formed by reaction between a strong base and a weak acid. If base is strong, acid is weak, then acid is not sufficient to neutralize all the bases or all the OH minus of the bases. In that case, what happens? This salt remains basic in nature. Now, what happens when a polybasic acid? Polybasic acid means having polyacidic base, not basic acid. Polyacidic base. Polyacidic base means what? A base having more than one OH minus ion, hydroxide ion. When a polyacidic base reacts with a lesser amount of an acid, base is polyacidic having more OH minus ion, but when react with a lesser amount of an acid means acid provided for neutralization of base was not sufficient. One condition, lesser amount of an acid than is necessary for the formation of normal salt is called basic salt. This is the one condition. Second condition is what? When a strong base reacts with a weak acid. When a strong base reacts with a weak acid, then also same thing happen. Base is strong, acid is weak. Then acid is not sufficient to neutralize all the base. Then what will happen? Then salt will remain as a base or basic salt. They are the salts of strong base and a weak acid. When dissolved in water, form a basic solution having a pH value more than 7. pH value more than 7 means basic salt. These are called basic salts. Example: PbOH whole twice is a basic salt. Why? you can see in 1 mole of PbOH hold twice, number of OH minus or OH ion is 2. And when it reacts with 1 mole of HCl, here you can see only one hydrogen is there. So one hydrogen can neutralize only one OH of PbOH hold twice lead hydroxide to form lead hydroxychloride PbOHCl and plus H2O. So this PbOHCl is a basic salt. Why it is a basic salt? Because you can see in this salt OH ion, OH minus ion remains because HCl used or provided was not sufficient to neutralize all the OH ions, all the hydroxide ions of a base. Another examples are this CH3COONA. This is the example of a weak acid and strong base. You can see CH3COOH is a weak acid plus NaOH is a strong base and react they form CH3COONA plus H2O. Therefore, it is a weak. This is one is a weak acid. This one is a strong base. Therefore, salt is basic salt. CH3COONA. Another example is BiOH hold twice NO3. Here two OH groups are there and this one is PbCl2 and etc. So thank you students. If you have any confusion, if you have any question to ask, any topic to clear, then please you write in your comment box. Thank you.